Hello, YouTubers. This is MediaShinobi. We're gonna bring you a recap on the Legend of Korra episodes 1 through 7. We got TheJSAWprocess and Chris Clark, camera guy over here. So halfway through.
Yep, well,
Yeah, halfway
more than
through.
halfway.
You got like what, 2 weeks of basically
No.
waiting until the next episode is.
Wow.
It's already been 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrible.
so basically to justify everything from episode 1 through 7, animation's looking great. You know, it's very fluid. Once again, I like to refer back to that particular episode 3. It was basically a chase scene with the motorcycle where they were getting away.
He really likes that one.
Yeah, I really do, because when they were doing that chase scene, it really looked fluid. It was as if they were gliding through the entire process of capturing them. And
Nice
also,
and smooth motion.
yeah, and then the soundtrack so far, we already know like what, 7 of them? Or
There's
8?
7 or 8 around them.
Yeah, and
We saw
they're
them.
great. They're great, I really do.
And also the ones we hear in the show now, it just...
Yeah, so that's basically it. So now we're going to go into the plot development.
Okay, so basically in episode 1, we actually get introduced to Korra and Tenzin, and what's the basic gist of her? Like, she wants to learn airbending, and also we get to know the setting of the series itself. Episode 2, we get introduced to pro bending and Mako and Bolin. Episode 3 is when we introduce to Amon and what he can do and why is he against bending. Episode 4 is the actual first confrontation between Korra and Amon, and episode 5 is about back to pro bending and also focusing on the relationships between the characters, romantically and friendship ones. What are you doing? Terrible.
What?
And episode 6 is the final competition, which is pretty much the last time we'll probably see pro bending in a while. And also Amon declaring that his plan, his revelation has begun. And episode
War.
7, war in Republic City.
Or...
And episode 7 is just to show that just show more of Amon's forces, such as the platinum made mechs, and the fact that these characters are now pretty much kind of on the run now, since the richest guy in Republic City is now on them.
Yeah, very dangerous, very.
Yeah, and it adds to the new character to join their group officially, Asami,
Asami.
and Lin becoming basically Batman,
Woman.
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
I'm Chief Yvonne.
You know, if Amon wins, if he does, I'm saying if, Rebellion City, what is it called?
Republic City.
Republic City is going to turn to Liberation City.
It's shaping out to be really well. For me, if I had to compare it with the original series so far, it's better than the first season, and it's as good as the second season, but not as good as the third season. But it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, for me, if we're just gonna base it off of first season, because it's only been half a season for Legend of Korra, it's definitely caught my interest way more than the first season.
We love the first season, but
the Avatar: The Last Airbender, because for me it was slower. Each episode, like, it was going really fast, then slowed down a little bit, fast again, slowed down again. So I kind of like that. It keeps me thinking what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
And
so, right. New favorite characters. If I have to say, my favorite character in the series in general would have to be Amon. He's so much different compared to the villains we had before, and he's not a stereotypical villain from any other media ever. If anything, if you look at him, he's not really a villain.
My favorite characters are Lin and Tenzin, which is ironic because they're the secondary characters. For me, it's just personal preference because, one, Lin, when I saw her fighting, I fell in love. Whoa, oh my god.
She was badass. It was badass.
Yeah, and then Tenzin, I gotta see him fight a little bit, but it was kind of unfair because he was going against mechs.
Yeah, and also, but just seeing Tenzin himself, he's just a interesting person to see interact with other characters on screen. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. How would you explain it?
I don't know. He's pretty funny. He has his funny moments, but he's usually this profound person. Especially usually at the end of certain episodes, he usually ends it with like a one-liner, some universal profound statement.
That means it just got real.
Yeah. And then the supposed relationship with Tenzin and Lin. They're not together, but
if you say rock relationship one more time,
You just said it for me, so I don't.
damn it!
See, you're learning. You're learning
terrible.
to use these puns.
I like how their characters interact. Like, when I see them, I feel like they've been friends for like a while, and it's I would say a bit more mature than the original series.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
not much because you know
Not
It's
much.
high school.
It's high school. I'm telling you, it's high school.
And also, we like to compare between the gang from the original and the crew from here. It's really different.
Yeah, I mean, one age gap. I mean,
Age gap.
what's the age gap?
Like everyone is basically older in the series. Like the oldest person in the original series was Zuko, and he was 16. Korra's 17. Mako's 19. Bolin's I think 18.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Not to mention the chemistry between the group in general is different from, well, the original.
Yeah.
The original is just basically deep bonds, friendship, you know. Yay!
We're in this
But-
together, buddies.
This one, it's like...
Yeah. This actually, they really delve into the all three love triangle thing. And unlike the original series where, yeah, and guitar, they had a thing. Sokka had a thing of his own. Toph had a little thing with Sokka, but that was just a little thing.
Little.
This one, these are big things. This is like Scott said, high school.
Yeah, so basically now we're going to talk about what do we think is going to happen.
Woo.
Party.
Party and party. No.
Yeah.
So far, it was actually a comment we got from a previous video that reminded me of what we think is going to happen. It's by Kyoko019.
Right?
So good job on that.
Make more comments. We really like reading your comment. Make some good points and
Call
theories.
me, I'm single.
What?
You're a terrible human
But
being.
anyway, disregarding that, basically they stated that last season, not last season, but last series was more about spiritualism and then touching upon technology. However, this series is like the reverse. Basically, it's all about technology. And I think, and some people, apparently her or slash him, whoever it is, thinks that it's gonna be more diving into the spiritualism portion of the series.
That makes a lot more sense. And anything, the show, this series in general, reflects of how we are today. Like, we barely get to mention about spirits in the spirit world. Like spirit probably only once, and that could be a load of BS from Amon. But you know, that's something to point out. The fact that it's a really good reflection of how we are today.
Yeah, I mean, these past 7 episodes were even a mention of anything spiritual other than Amon.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I was like, it's a different outtake, but hopefully they would dive into the spiritual side, you know.
Mhm.
You know, maybe the Avatar state, or
Avatar,
perhaps, you
seeing
know.
Aang again, and also their other
Yeah.
incarnations, the spirit world. I would like to see the spirit world again. I really.
Do you think it's going to change? Like any
It's a spirit
changes?
world. I don't think so.
Do they ever change? Yeah,
No,
well,
no.
regardless, you know, it would be nice to see it.
Again.
Yeah, so we have some questions that have been plaguing us for the last 7 episodes.
Yeah.
One of them, do you think Korra will learn airbending
Yeah.
by this season?
She hasn't really touched airbending in a while. Like, okay, 1 episode. Okay, 2 episodes.
Like actually learning it or mastering
Learning
it?
and
Learning.
mastering.
Both. Like, training for airbending.
For
I
me,
think she'll train, but she won't master it by the end of the season.
She
yeah,
won't?
for me,
No.
I feel like she will start mastering it next season.
Because of Amon. Like,
Yeah, because like really, like you stated, there was only 5 episodes left. Do you really think they're gonna shove that amount of training in 1 season?
Well, Aang did master a whole element, but then actually he had more episodes. Never mind.
yeah, that series just had way more episodes, so
Okay.
it's justified.
Yeah, most likely not. Maybe I do believe that most likely she'll truly get the hang of airbending
Mhm.
next season.
Another question would be, do you think Korra's gonna enter the Avatar state by this season?
This could happen because the fact that they have mechs now,
Oh yeah.
and the fact that the mechs just beat the crap out of the 3 most powerful benders so far, Tenzin, Korra, and Lin, you really have to go Avatar state to take these things down.
I'm telling you right now, earthquake. Stop
Tsunami.
them.
Rain.
They're not strong enough to do that, though.
You don't have to do like a major earthquake, just like because those are tanks. They weren't like walking.
Right.
So just make some little rubble, and then they can't
Well,
mobilize
besides the
as
point
well.
that, besides,
like a pitfall?
yeah, that
Yeah.
can work. But besides the point, Amon's forces in general, like, they're too strong to take on.
The Avatar state, I feel like they're gonna use it season finale.
I was wondering if I could ask you a question.
What?
Go ahead.
Did anyone notice that all the metal benders hasn't earth bend at all?
I guess it's more of a specialty than anything. Like they could.
But I thought like you have to know how to earth bend to metal bend. You didn't.
Well, they relied on Earth. Now.
Yeah, they mostly relied on their whips.
But they have not done a single form of earth bending.
Lin has. Lin has.
Even
Lin has done it.
Yeah, I've seen Lin.
She has.
Yeah,
When?
when she was fighting the mechs, I've seen her. She
Yeah, she
jumped in the
earthbent.
air and she did that spiky thing that almost killed the guy.
Yeah, I thought
The
that,
metal
that just
shears.
came out. I thought that was just metal bending right there when she was stabbing him.
But she's metal bend before. Remember when?
I mean, earthbend.
She can earthbend. She also has the techniques of tough. You know, the whole put your foot down to
Right.
sense the
But
vibrations
has
and
she
tell.
actually thrown a rock before?
She hasn't thrown it like she used
She
it.
throws a rock.
Like her main attack is metal,
Right.
Yeah.
but she still uses earth. During that whole mech fight,
Yeah.
she used it to like
Launch
escape
herself.
an
Yeah,
attack.
she used to launch herself. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Like a spring-loaded
Okay.
ground.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, once again, I feel, to go back to the original question, I feel like the Avatar state will be used season finale.
Which is cool. I would like to see Korra in the Avatar state.
Definitely, and I want to see what she can do in the Avatar state,
And how powerful she is.
because we seen Aang in his Avatar state.
Yeah,
You know,
and-
he did the whole
he
fish
was too-
monster
he
thing.
was so OP.
So what would Korra be if she has already 3 elements?
Pabu.
What?
Just kidding. No. No, but regardless, like if she had an animal-based element thing, you know.
Well, she combined with the fish to do that.
Yeah, I know, but that was cool. It was a fish monster.
All right. Well, let's dive into another big question that we've all been plaguing, and we've mentioned before. Is the person that killed Mako and Bone's parents,
Mhm.
scarred Amon's face, and killed his parents and family, and killed Harushi Saito's wife, the same firebender, or at least the same group?
Yeah, for me, I feel it could go either way. I mean, it could be just a group of firebenders.
It
in
could
general.
be a big coincidence, and we're just overthinking it.
But, you know, 3 times is
Kind
interesting.
of fishy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I am curious. It may be the same person. If so, who is this person?
And
So-
why did he keep doing it?
Maybe
Yeah.
they were just happened to be in the same place at the
Wrong-
same time.
yeah.
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 Like, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
because-
they're in the heat of the battle.
Yeah, because they pretty much Amon. Yeah, that was terrible. I just caught that.
Is there any other questions? Apparently something about flashbacks?
Yes, of course. The mysterious flashbacks that Korra's been getting at certain events.
It's happened twice so far.
Twice.
Definitely. So far on these flashbacks, we have seen Aang.
Toph and Sokka.
Toph,
And
Sokka.
someone, we call it, yeah, it's Yukon.
We believe it's Yukon. So, who is Yukon?
Well, again, there's another, someone put up a really good theory, which I really
Agree with?
agree with, from Martip03.
Uh-huh.
He stated that Aang defended or helped out Yukon in some situation, while Toph was against it. And in the end, Yukon somehow screwed Aang over to the point where Aang looked mad pissed. And maybe whatever Yukon did to maybe backstab him, that's what happening in the flashback, and that's reflecting what's happening now in the series. We know the creators will not put that without a reason, so they will develop this in the future. We know that. I'm always also curious if who exactly is this Yukon? Is he related to Amon in any way? What did he do to Aang to
Yeah.
piss him off?
Uh-huh.
What happened that time period? Which I can't wait. I know they will touch in this season. I know for a fact they will not leave us hanging for until next season. They wouldn't. We think that we believe he might have killed maybe Yukon.
If you notice, Aang does not have that innocent face anymore.
No.
He looks super...
He's a man. He's an adult.
He's a man.
He's a man. Da, 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 da. No.
No.
So he's a girl.
Oh, shut up. And tell me what you guys think about the season so far. Like, how would you rank it? And
Mm-hmm.
that's all we gotta say.
Yeah. Remember, more questions, more answers, more perspectives.
More theories. Down there.
Hey, this is the TheJSAWprocess, aka 1/3 of MediaShinobi, and you just watched our latest video entitled MediaShinobi Recap, episode 1 through 7 of The Legend of Korra. This video was actually twice as long, but we decided to cut it in half and pretty much save the second portion for a new project that we're going to be doing in the near future. This new project is basically a playlist of videos that we're going to be talking about in time. And this playlist is going to be called MediaShinobi Debates. Basically, like, the gist of this playlist is to talk about anything that's, well, debatable. To give you guys a preview of what we're going to be doing for that playlist, the first video is going to be about, is Amon, the main antagonist of The Legend of Korra, a bad guy? Now that you guys know, don't forget to comment. You guys get a heads up on what we're going to be doing. And if we read it on time, we might even reference it in the video in the future. So don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out our videos from earlier. It should be here if I edited it right. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the situation. So this is the JSAW process, and on behalf of my group, this is MediaShinobi signing out.